Hey, maggot, who authorized you to faint? Calm yourself. This thing is nothing more than an insect. Ha! Be eliminated. Situation resolved. I told you to calm yourself. This kind of bee can't sting. Listen well. A bee stinger is part of a pot. I don't know what that is. Therefore, males don't have one. Look closely. This thing is harmless. They jumped to conclusions and mistook this for the dangerous variety. Ran off to get insecticide or something. Hey, I'm not afraid to admit that I'm scared of them. Oops. That's a giant hornet. It stings. Also, it's poisonous. Shh! It'll sting you if you shout. Keep quiet. Listen carefully, Michiru. Giant hornets don't just sting. They inject potent venom. Slight digression, but this thing is called the yak killer because of its poison cocktail. Yep. Don't make any sudden movements. Walk slowly and keep quiet. Fortunately, you're a blonde, so your coloration is simply to that of a hornet. In other words, there's no problem if he accepts you as his friend. This is weirder and weirder. Huh. Offering it a bohemian folk song. Very sensible. Huh? When they clack their mana beasts together like that, it signifies a final warning. If you make any more stupid moves, you'll be stung for sure. To add on to my fear of bees, which I am not ashamed to say that I am afraid of them, unlike Michiru here, I am also scared of other things like bees. Hornets. Oh, look, anything that looks like a bee, stings like a bee, hurts like a bee, any of that. Anything that just makes me think of a bee will scare the living shit out of me. Insecticide. I think I said it wrong earlier. Sachi drags a tank with an atomizing nozzle and hose into the room. It looks like it's designed for spraying agricultural chemicals. Apparently it's full of her own cocktail. Or something like that. Neurotoxin. Sounds like it'll take that hornet out for sure. We have to come up with a plan B or this won't end well. That hornet is pretty worked up. Just what did you do to that poor hornet? I mean, I don't know things about bees, but that doesn't even sound right. Seems to be aiming at your legs. Michiru Do you think you'll be needing those in the future?
当たり前でしょ
I see.
騒がしいわね。
And Yumiko comes in.
ユミコ、こっち来ちゃダメ。え、何？ちょっとわからないんだけど。いや、そうじゃなくて足元にゃ。待って、朝からあんまり大声出さないで。
Stepped on it.
何？ちゃんと話してくれる？なんでもないです。そう、それならいいんだけど。
The squash hornet stuck flat to the bottom of her shoe. Sakaki walks to her desk and takes out a book. Although the girl glances over here briefly, she soon pulls out her bookmark without another word and begins moving her eyes across the lines of text. Sachi, there's gotta be a nest somewhere nearby. Think you can find it and give it a dose of that cocktail you're holding?
はい、かしこまりました。つまり、ユミコ最強説ってことね。
Not the type you would want to make an enemy of. With this, the Hornet incident draws to a close without any casualties. Just as they say, at times ignorance is bliss. That was strangely weird. Strangely, of course. After middle school, you won't be popular with the girls if all you can do is fight. You need brains too. Or so my master taught me. So are you smart then? In response to my obvious question, my master replied that women are more popular if they're a little dim-witted. I think she might have intended it as a joke, not that it was remotely funny. My master wasn't much of a comedian, but there's one thing I have to thank her for. Specifically, she's the one who really got me hooked on reading. There are a vast number of books in this world, and the majority are interesting in some way. Even if you get stuck with a seriously dull one, if you look at it critically and figure out why it's a failure, the time you spend with it isn't a complete waste. I devoured books like an addict when I was a kid, and my master would get me anything I wanted to read. Even comics or porn magazines. Wow. I mean, we have the internet today, boys, but porn magazines, those were the shit. That's a damn good thing if you can enjoy reading. Why? Lets you make use of the time you spend waiting in the dentist office, doesn't it? Am I supposed to laugh now? Not to say that I've gained much wisdom from that I've read in waiting rooms, but I think I can at least smile at those words today. Machina, you there? Hey, Machina, why aren't you in your own room?
ちゃんとドアに張り紙してあったでしょ。お隣のお部屋にいますって。
True. Yes, there was a note on her door. Thing is, the paper was yellowed and wrinkled. There's no telling how long it's been up there. Are you always in Amane's room?
そうだね。言われてみればずっといるような気もするのよさ。
Yes, the room I've just entered now is in fact Amane's. Looking around, a good half of the room is buried in random junk. I guess Machina has been doing her best imitation of a squirrel preparing for hibernation, depositing things here and there, little by little, with every visit.
まあ、立ち話もなんだし、入れよ。
I appreciate the neighborly spirit, but this isn't your room.
誰か来たの？はい、お兄ちゃんが来たのよ。
Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Ugh, I had a feeling that that was just gonna happen. Jesus fucking Christ. Ugh. Nothing much, just stopped by to lend Machina a book. It's for that thing. I point toward one item among Machina's pile of junk, an aquarium containing her crawfish. She asked me if I knew any books with detailed instructions on raising crawfish, so I took a look around at a store by the station.
あんたが原因か、あのザリガニ。この子いきなり部屋に持ってきたかと思えば、青くするって言い出してさ。最初は洗面器に入れてたんだけど、夜中に逃げ出すもんだから水槽セット買う羽目になったのよ。
Sorry about that. 別
に責めてるわけじゃないわよ。この子が生き物に興味を持つのは悪くないことだし。ね、本は本。
Here, this is it. The part about raising crawfish starts on page 38. The last 2 pages talk about getting them to turn blue.
ありがとう。早速読むのよさ。
As soon as Machina accepts the book from me, she sits down on the spot with a thump and starts to rifle through the pages.
つーかさ、本当に青くなるの？
When I tried this experiment as a kid, there was a range of variation among the individuals, but most of them did turn some shade of blue.
ふーん、なんか面白そうね。
By the way, Amane, I have a question of my own. Do you mind?
何さ？
Why exactly are you constantly naked?
ああ、別にいつもじゃないっていうか、今私シャワー浴びてるところだったのよ。
Mm-hmm. I see.
つーか、突っ込むの遅くね？
I'll try to work on that. But I mean, I think you do the kya thing and hide your chest before I got a chance to bring it up, usually. Amane, no more concerned with my glance than before, walks briskly to her vanity and flips on a hairdryer.
私って汗っかきでさ、夏場は1日3回ぐらいはシャワー浴びるのよね。油断してるとおっぱいの下に汗もができたりで大変なのよ。
Big tits are tough in their own way, I see.
ね、お兄ちゃん、なんか飲む？
Hmm? Yeah, if you're offering.
じゃあ、ちょっと待っててね。今用意するのよさ。
Machina places her book on the floor, opens Amane's refrigerator, and promptly sticks her head in and starts rooting around like she owns the place. It's basically as much as her room as Amane's by this point.
なに？なんか言った？
Just how long has Machina been hanging around in this room?
そうね。マキナがこの学園に来てからずっとかな。この子、一人だと夜中に大声上げて泣くから。失敬なのよさ。今はもう泣かないのよ。時々自分のお部屋に帰って寝てるもの。月に一度帰るかどうかじゃない。しかも私に怒られた時とかそんな時ばっかり。ねえ、お兄ちゃんはああやって意地悪なことばっかり言う女をどう思う？
Harpy women? They say it's a rare thing to find a woman other than your mother who will nag you. Take good care of her, alright?
お兄ちゃんまでそんなことを言う。随分と住みにくい世の中になったものよさ。
Whoops. Oh well. As she speaks, Machina hands me a can of orange juice. Look, Machina, can we do something about this Oni-chan thing?
なんで？
Well, how can I put this? It feels a little awkward.
そのうち慣れると思うのよ。私もマキナって呼ばれるの慣れたし。
That's your name. Hmm? Well, what do you mean? You don't like being called by your own name?
実はね、私マキナって名前。
Whoops. Like I said, these people talk really fucking slow. Sorry if I skip anymore. Like, if it happens, alright? I'm not saying sorry anymore. I'm gonna be aggressive. Huh. And why's that?
なんかマキナってバギナみたいなのよさ。
Machina vagina. Machina vagina. Vagina machina. I don't really see it. What?
だからバギナ。
I see. Well, that's interesting.
でもね、バギーナって言うとなんかアイドルっぽいよね。
Yeah, whatever you say. Hey, Amane.
何さ？
At least she's finally dressed. Is this girl high? Just what are you putting in her food?
失礼ね。何も変なものは食べさせてないわよ。
So she says, but I mean, it's like talking to someone who's just gotten an injection of that weird night vision hormone from that squad medic before a midnight raid. I feel like I'm dealing with one of those people who see things they shouldn't see and hear voices they shouldn't hear. Instinctively, I drop my hand onto Machina's head and vigorously ruffle her hair around.
痛えよ。
Hmm? Your pupils don't look dilated.
そんなに疑うならあんたも食べてく。
What?
だから晩ご飯。今夜はおでんにするつもりだから人数増えても平気だし。